Hello guys, this is Pap from Pap back at it again, and today we are finally here with the results of the KC Cup. Actually, if you followed me during the streams, during these crazy days full of streams for the first time actually in my for this YouTube channel, and of course for those of you that passed by, really thank you again. I really enjoyed that with you, and I hope you enjoyed that as well as I did. So we're here today, guys, to show you the deck list that I used. For those of you that missed it, actually the main one and also the starters one, because the main one, as you may have seen from the thumbnail, is about heroes. Nothing new, but just I'm gonna show you some crazy duels, of course together with the deck list, to make you understand how good and how actually consistent this is. Now, we didn't make that crazy numbers of duels in the KC Cup. I think we had less than 150. That definitely not that much. And the points that we made out actually were insane. We actually reached the point where we had, and you can check that in the streams, we had like 32 KDP or even 33, I can't remember correctly right now, but that with only two decks, a Stardust one and these that I'm gonna show you right now. So before jumping right into it, guys, just a quick reminder, if you enjoy the content, please leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and it really helps me a lot. Also, guys, I want to take the chance to thanks all of you because of the 5K that we reached on the channel. I'm really excited for that, and I can't wait to go further with you and see actually how far can we go. So let's jump into the deck list. Of course, I'm here with Duel, and as I told you guys, nothing crazy. We have actually in the stream you're gonna see that we jumped from this version with the version like this, so with just 2 chalice and 2 expendable days, but then we just ended up to this one just to increase the chances of getting one of our actually back rows. So what's the good about this thing? I mean, the old deck of course relies on the skill that is actually 90% of the deck, the fact that you can mill stuff from your deck and cards from your hand with the +1 out of nowhere. This means the Miracle Fusion is just insane and too much, and in my opinion is actually not that much balanced. Like it actually feels balanced only against the meta decks, but this is not meta, of course, and that's it all comes about for this deck. So the point is, we have a crazy consistency to draw 2 with Liquid Soldier, because we have like 5 copies of this in the deck, because we have him, we have the Stratos, I can look for it, and we have the Roda, Enforcement of the Army, to grab this. Once you have this in your hand, you activate the skill, discard it, and send the Neos to the graveyard from your deck in order to use Miracle Fusion to summon the Neos Knight. So, but let's go to the matchup against the meta decks. The problems were mainly 2. Of course, Mech Knights and Gokis. But let's start from this last one, Gokis. The point with Gokis is that they had this insane OTK machine with a Goki finishing move, and their boss that most of the times was Master Rogred that has a negation during your turn. So, but the point is, how do we endure against a big boy that actually has 6800 attack and that can inflict piercing damage? Not even our Brave Neos can handle that. So how did we survive this? Thanks to Beacon Saver. So you know, it was not only about drawing one of these back rows that most of the times actually they didn't work, because actually Gokis have so much recovering, and they can add so many cards to their hand because of their crazy effect when they're sent to the graveyard, that you cannot actually run up with them with Expendable Day with just 1 back row. The only thing you could do instead is provide fill the graveyard with something they cannot deal with. Beacon Saver, because once you manage to send Beacon Saver, as you actually can check from the VOD or from the replays actually of the streaming that are on the YouTube channel, Once you have Bag and Saver, you can just wait for them to attack with their monster buffed by Gookie finishing move, you negate the attack, and you're done. There's nothing they could do. And so the whole thing was just trying to draw stuff with Lego Soldier, milling the deck to get the Neos Fusion. And of course, with Neos Fusion, you wanna have the Brave Neos, because it's the only way to send the Bag and Saver to the graveyard. That's the only, actually, the main tactic to endure against Gookies. Once you get away with their Gookie finishing move, you're done. You can actually play, you can rely on your back rows, on your Neos Knight, and all the other stuff. Instead, against Mech Knights, it was a little bit more complicated, and still, yes, Bag and Saver still played a very big role against them, because most of the times, guys, you actually forget, you do not pay attention, your opponent does not pay attention to what you have in the graveyard, so they just go all in. You have the Bag and Saver, and then you have another turn that with this deck does not only mean another draw, but most of the times it means another draw and another Miracle Fusion to play thanks to the skill, and that is what made then this deck be able to come back most of the times. So for the deck list, nothing special. We played, of course, the Sparkman with Sunrex and the Avian just because of the skill to be able to summon the Flame Wingman monsters, guys. Triple Neos because most of the times you just feel like you want that, and because two are just gonna be sent to the graveyard, one with Miracle Fusion, one with Neos Fusion, so if the game goes on and you have actually a chance to play another Miracle Fusion, you need another Neos Knight or another Neos Fusion, you actually find yourself without the third Neos, so you definitely want to play that. And as I told you in the deck list breakdown of January, with these exactly back rows, Expendable Days just too good because there's not only a pops, but because it lets you draw a card, and Tributing Monsters is not that much of a cost for this deck because you have Miracle Fusion that gives you that extra monster. And last but not least, we have the Forbidden Chalice, so versatile for this deck, perfect card because it is not only a back row to negate your opponent's monster's effect, but also because it makes your Neos Knight being able to inflict piercing damage, and Neos also actually 90% of the times comes with a surprise. Your opponent does not expect that, and maybe just thinks you're attacking with Neos Knight because you're full or because you're joking. So that's really good for this deck. And I think there's nothing more. Of course, we have the Grand Mode to have access to Grand Neos, but not only for that, also for the Divine Neos that requires a Neos Patient monster. So stay tuned for the replays. Of course, some of you already saw those in the live streaming, but I'm gonna show you, of course, the best one right here, and let's jump right into them. So guys, before jumping right to the replays, just to show you, of course, the result. It was not that great. We had actually we ended up being a little bit over the top 1k. Honestly, I'm not disappointed because we reached so much higher DP. Then in the end, I was just too tired to keep on playing, you know, competitively. I was not prepared for that, so I just ended up playing some fun decks, as you can actually check in the streams. I played some Rockets and I played some Chaos Magician, so Magician of Chaos actually, so you can check that. And I lost some points because of that, but in the end, this was actually a pretty good result if you think that we didn't even touch a meta deck, not even Infernoids, not even Gookies, Mech Knights, nothing. We just went with Stardust and this deck mainly, and then we played Magician of Chaos and Rockets. That was it. So let's actually begin with the first replay, starting from the first day, I guess. So this was the first replay against the Goa. So cookies we have, of course, it's us to go first, and we have already everything we need. Why is that? Because we have the combo to draw 2, as you can see right there. So double draw, Miracle Fusion to draw 2, but we already have what we need, the Neos Fusion to send the Bag and Saver in the graveyard. So we draw 2. We kept the Neos in hand because we need it. So this is the last one, just in case we have another Neos fusion chance. And then we have also the expendable day. So we have 2 protection, the back and saver, and the expendable day. So it's got the suplex to begin with, full combo as you can see right there, Jet Ogre. Then he's got all these stuff going on with all the with every Gookie monster that when he's sent to the graveyard, let actually him had a card to his hand. So he actually keeps on adding stuff to his hand, literally with no end. He's got the Thunder Ogre, as you can see right there, and with a couple of stuff. I waited for him to have the cards, and I guess then I went just with my expendable day. There we go, to pop it, and he has 2 back rows. Then we actually draw, we had that very nice draw with Berserktrix, sending the Avian and going straight away with Flame Wingman. But he has a couple of back rows we have to be aware of. Of course, Skyscraper provided by the skill as well. He's got Crackdown, as you can see. So, and then Expendable Day. What a play that was for him, because of course he had the luck that that I play Warriors as well, so he could just steal, tribute, and draw. So that was an insane play for him. What an advantage, and still we managed to come out of this. So yes, the combo again, but now we have no back row to interrupt Phoenix to pop that, but he actually did that just to be able to send the Gookies to the graveyard and get even more cards added to his hand. So as you can see right there, he's got the headbutt and the Trees Cobra again, then he's got the rematch. So he's got 2 more monsters on the field, a Link 2, he could go into Nightmare Unicorn to stop the, to actually make the Neos Knight come back to deck, and he's not done yet, look at that. And Headbutt to be special summoned, and then Link summon into the Jet Ogre once again with the effect of Headbutt. Look at that, how he's adding the whole deck to his end. Super X and the Goku finishing move. So of course these alone can make this have 4k attack points. As you can see, he attacked, but as I told you, Back and Saver saves the day. I don't know why he didn't attack with this. Maybe I'm losing some effects that he cannot attack with this, but I'm not sure. But then I have Favorite Duel again, look at this. Then Miracle Fusion into the Shining Flare Wingman, as you can see right there. Plus we have a couple of back rows to rely on, and then boom, first 4k damage thanks to the effect of Shining Flare Wingman. He's not done yet because he has the Super X and another set card. We have the Stratos, I summon it, I pop that, and he just scoped. It was an expandable day, but I mean, he was afraid of my back rows. So that's how you do it, my boys. What a duel this was. There you go. Second duel, my boys, against Playmaker. I guess this is either Googies or Mech Knights. I mean, we actually faced 90% those. There you go. Again, another Googies, but this time the issue is that it's gonna be him to go first. So we cannot interrupt that, and it's gonna end up, of course, we can just speed things up at this point. It's gonna end up with the Master Roger on the field, so he's got a negation. Actually there can be 2 negations, but they have to be at the same time because he can activate only once per turn, so he can negate 2 cards per negation. But instead he ended up with just 1 monster, so we began with the reinforcement of the army, and we were pretty chilling thanks to Rhoda, because our main actually thing is to send this to the graveyard, the Liquid Soldier, so we had 2 chances. We could either add this, we could either add the Liquid Soldier with the Rhoda or with Stratus, so if him negating one of the 2 would have done nothing to us. So Favorite Duel, but this time we know that if we use Miracle Fusion, it's gonna negate that. We went anyway because we knew it was about to negate, but we have to waste him negates because luckily for us we already have the Neos Fusion. We could go with Brave Neos, and then I went with Stratus to pop the back row, actually to force it, and it was actually just a Typhoon, pretty nice because we had the expendable there. Then I popped the boss thanks to Neos and the Neos fusion. But we are in a good spot. You know why, my boys? Because we have back and saver. So even if he goes with the full combo, again we have not only the interruption, but also we have the back and saver to save us. So it's got the full combo again, guys. This is always the same. All the googies that actually get sent to the graveyard, they use adding stuff. It's gonna go with more link monsters, as you can see. This guy is huge, but as soon as he had the last card to his hand, toggle on, and you wanna pop the Great Ogre before he summons a monster to this to a zone this card points to, otherwise he can avoid destruction. So I went for it, and it's got nothing at this point. Neos fusion, and then I attacked with that, and guys, he had Octo Stretch. Actually, he has Octo Stretch because he didn't expect this, of course, to go to inflict damage, and yet he could do nothing at this point because he had to discard the Octo Stretch. Otherwise, maybe with a couple of monsters, he could have done something more. Another Neos Knight. So, you know, when you have the Forbidden Chalice, going into your Neos Knight is not only, actually is no more useless to inflict damage because we have the Chalice. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Third duel, my boys, against yugioh. Let's see what he's got. Actually, it's us to go first, and we have not the best hand ever, but still, we've got a Flame Wingman on the field. Actually, I decided not to go for it, to save for the next turn, because with Neos Fusion, we just have what we need. We have a Back and Saver in the graveyard, we have a guy that can't be destroyed, and he's got the Nightmare stuff, so of course, this is gonna be Mech Knights. Beginning with Ibli, that was a nightmare for us, and he's got Mech Knights of the Morning Star to begin with after he summons the Eclipse. So I'm gonna chalice that. So look at this, we chalice that, and yet you're gonna see in the next turn that even if we chalice this, he still has the trap card he actually drew in his first hand. So we went with the Tribute Summon to get rid of Ibli. So this was the way we get rid of Ibli, either with the Tribute Summon of Neos or with the Forbidden Chalice to negate the effect of Ibli. Then we went with the Miracle Fusion, there you go, into Flame Wingman, and then we could use the effect of Favorite Duel to get the Skyscraper out, but as I told you, he already had the World Legacy Secret in hand, so even if we negated that, we attacked, but he's got not only the Eclipse back, but also the Compulsory, so pretty bad for us. Then he's got the guy, and he went all in because he forgot about Back and Saver. So once again, as I told you during the deck list breakdown, Back and Saver saves the day. He can't do nothing, he can't go over Neos after we negate the attack of Eclipse, and at this point, we could just grab another Miracle Fusion. Then there you go with the Neos Knight, because we need to attack twice at this point. Sparkman, and we attack the big boy just to make you activate the effect, then we get rid of that so that we can pop every other monster thanks to Skyscraper as well. At this point he's left with just one card, that is the Mech Knight Avram. Actually not that much of an issue. We're still good because we got the reinforcement of the army. At this point you can't do nothing. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Fourth duel, my boys, against yugioh. Let's see, it's us to go first. We have the perfect hand, so we can begin with Stratus, grabbing the Liquid Soldier, and then send it to the graveyard. We can speed the things up because this is always the same. Of course, we're gonna use Neos Fusion to send the Back and Saver to the graveyard, so that we end up with a couple of monsters that can be destroyed. With actually, in this case, thanks to the draws of Liquid Soldier, even with 2 back rows, so we are in a very good spot. Actually, this could be the perfect hand, as you can see. It's got Mech Knights, of course, and here I actually waited for him to activate the effect, because if you do this on summon, you could chain its effect. It's a quick effect, and he actually avoids destruction. Instead, you wait for him to activate the effect, and you respond to that with the Expandable Day. So there you go, the monster gets popped, and we draw a card. But still, he's got another monster, the Red Moon, to pop the Neos Knight. I avoided that destruction, and then it's got triple set. Oh my man, that was hard to deal with. So Favorite Duel thanks to the Bustinatrix draw, and then Miracle Fusion. It's got the Ice Dragon Prison though to banish both my 2 guys. That is bad, but still I get the chance to go into another Neos Knight that, you know, is a good chance, just thanks to our Forbidden Chalice. I decided not to go with Forbidden Chalice play yet because I didn't want to actually flip up all my strategies. It's got nothing to do with to go at this point. We have the Neospatian, and now I'm laughing because I'm just remembering how hard this duel was, because look at this. It's got the the Magnite Blue Sky, and I decided to negate that to keep him bricked, you know what I mean? So he attacked at this point, back on Saver to keep my Grand Mole, and now I can just summon Sparkmon to deal more damage. He stopped that with Warning Point, but I can get rid of that and then inflict some more 900 damage to him. And we actually kept on doing this a little bit, because now I have lethal with Sparkman and the Grand Mole, but it's got the Book of Moon to stop Sparkman once again, and also these Neos Fusion are dead right now. We can't do nothing. Actually, we could use that, but what's the point? We need Sparkman to inflict damage, right? So he's got the secret. What a draw he picked. So no attack. We can just inflict again only 900 damage. And let's see what is his draw. Book of Moon to make room for something to activate World Legacy's memory. So now it's beginning again using the effect, but still we drew the expandable day, so we can chain that again, and it just scooped. So that's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Last but not least, against Playmaker and AI, I guess this is Cookies again, right? So it's us to go first, and as you can see, we already have the Liquid Soldier, but first we summon Stratus anyway, because we want to thin the deck a little bit more before going into the double draw with Liquid Soldier. So there we go. We already have an expendable day, so we're just hoping for a Neos Fusion, or at least a Back and Saver to discard, but instead we were lucky and we went with Neos Fusion, sending in the Back and Saver. Also, we get a couple of expendable days, so we are kinda in a good spot. At this point, it's got Cookies, as you can see, Headbutt 2 for the special summon, and then Link summon into the Jet Ogre. At this point, now that I think of it, I could have stopped that just with with the first expendable day, because once he uses Headbutt and he wasted his normal summon for a Twist Cobra, there's no reason to be afraid of Gookie Super X. So I could have just stopped that right there. Keep in mind, again, if you play against Cookies, once they have only one monster on the field, they can't do nothing. So it's got a Gookie rematch, of course, the full combo again, but we feel safe right now because we can stop them with back rows, with the Back and Saver. So really, I just went for the first pop of the Link 2. But that is not enough, because you can just go again with the Link 2. He went with another Gookie Jet Ogre, and he has only one search though with a finishing move. So he's just going for that, because with finishing move this guy becomes 4k. Then double set card, 3 effects, and then he went attacking. I could take that damage, so I just went with Neos Fusion to protect. And then Favorite Duel again to grab another Neos Fusion, and this time we wanna have the Neospatian to attack. Book of Moon, not a problem. We attack that. He's got cracked down pretty bad, so I can just pop it. We're chilling, but it can't be destroyed because of 3 effect skill. He's got Gookie the Great Ogre. Look at that, using the effect, actually grabbing another Gookie card, the Twist Cobra one this time. And here comes my misplay in the battle phase. I went to pop that, but I forgot that these can avoid destruction not only with Gookie monsters, but just with monsters that are in the zone this card points to. I was convinced it was just for Gookies, instead not, so you could pop my own Neos Knight, and then here he didn't attack because he was afraid of Grand Mole, but little he knows that the effect of Grand Mole does not apply when it is set. So Stratus look for, of course, then first Miracle Fusion, because we want to be able to pop that back row. First thing first, Neos Knight, be able to get rid of the boy right here, the Great Ogre, and then Stratus to pop the back row, and we can just attack. We use Grand Mole. Actually, he feels safe right now, right? Because he thinks that Neos Knight can't deal damage, and instead, Neos Knight can deal damage. Look at the surprise. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this. This was a little recap, of course, for the guys that follow the stream. If you want to see how the deck performed overall in whole the matchup, you can of course check the VOD from the streams that are on the channel, and of course I'm gonna leave those there. You're gonna find multiple streams, because I had like 2 streams a day on Saturday and on Sunday, because I actually did morning and afternoon. So check those if you're interested in my KC Cup journey. Of course, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Let me actually get the chance to thank you again for the 5K subscribers. So excited for that. And again, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.